And the last time you saw us here in the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise, we lost a heartbreaking Game 6 in the World Series, up 5-1. Blew it on a 2-out error that opened the floodgates, and disappointing end to a very strong, surprisingly good season with how young our team was. And now it's time to get into the offseason, get our players re-signed, look to make decisions on guys that we want to bring back, want to trade away, guys we want to bring in, need to work on the bullpen. And I would love to get a consistent power bat for the middle of the order, but I'm not sure which guy in the lineup would have to move to the bench for that guy. So we'll have to explore that option once we get in and see who is available. So let's advance this day right here. And our hitting coach retired, so we're going to need a new hitting coach. And retired players, is there anybody on here? Iglesias, Kershaw, Waka, Lorenzen, Aaron Nola. Wow. He tore his labrum in the playoffs, and he is retiring at 34. That is a shocker. My goodness. Aaron Nola retires after getting hurt in the playoffs. Stroman retired. Sonny Gray, Clevenger, Freeland. All the rest of these are free agents. Wow, Aaron Nola retired. And Clay Kershaw gets into the Hall of Fame. And so exclusive free agents, we have Garrett Clevenger and Brusdar Graterol in our bullpen. Clevenger, 33 years old. He was 8-2 last year with 1 save, 4.11 ERA, elevated walks the last 2 seasons. And at 33 years old, he's going down across the board. Never had a high walk rate on his ratings. Had a high walk rate in his stats. So we're going to be looking to replace him. And Graterol, as well as he pitched during the regular season, you can see at a 2.03 ERA, pitched great, snagged him on the last day of free agency. He imploded in the playoffs and led us to try to rethink the bullpen for this next season. So I am not going to offer either of these contracts. If we bring them back, we'll bring them back through free agency, but I have other plans. Projected surplus of $120 million, available budget of $125. Let me go look at this. That is a lot of money. So we have $262 million in revenue. So we have $91 million to spend. Taj is going to need an extension. Boz is going to need an extension. Got to make a decision on Fairbanks, bring him back, extend him, get rid of him. Bradley's going to need an extension as well. Those are going to be between Shane Boz and Taj Bradley. Those are going to be expensive, probably north of $25 million each. Evan Carter is up for arbitration, not this year, but next. So we have to decide we want to keep him around, we want to extend him, we want to trade him. He's only 25. Kevin Kelly, probably bring him back. He is pitching well for his age and his ratings, pitches much better than his ratings. Aranda, 29 years old. While those ratings look good, we'll probably be trading him out and trying to help package a couple of players together to get somebody really good. Graterol's a free agent. Clevenger's a free agent. We have Alcantara, Caballero, Palacios, Faedo, Manuel Rodriguez. All these guys for arbitration. Probably going to get rid of Palacios and probably get rid of Rodriguez. Faedo I'll bring back. And I don't see any other arbitration guys, so everybody else is renewable. So definitely got to work on our bullpen. Got to figure something else out in the outfield. You got Murray, you got Morgan, you got Simpson, but I'd love a power bat somewhere. And whether it's at first base or right field, Sanchez did great in the playoffs, but I'm looking for a true big bat to hit either third, fourth, or fifth. Give us that power that we're lacking, because we got a little more time to go and some of our guys to progress up and be to that level. You can see here's our manager, +3 plate vision, +3 stealing, +2 power. Somebody made a comment in one of the playoff episodes if we were going to fire him because his bad pitching decisions. No, the pitching decisions will get better this year because I'm going to be playing those games. And so we need to get a new hitter here. 3 power, vision, plate. Oh, there we go. I'm not even going to look any further. Miguel Julio, +3 power, +3 plate vision, +1 discipline, and we don't care about drag bunting. This guy's going to drop our vision And yeah, let's just go with Miguel Julio, and we're going to offer him, let's go 4 years, and we'll give him, what's he want, 1.6? That's 1.4. And we're just going to give him 4 years, $7 million, be all the way at the top and make sure we secure him. I don't need to offer anybody else. Yeah, so make that offer and see if we can get that hitting coach. And let's progress past the deadline here. We're not going to offer those guys qualifying offers or contracts, so this will be real quick, and we'll sim through and see if we can get this hitting coach signed and get into free agency and trading. And Miguel Julio does accept the offer. He is our new hitting coach, so our power goes up 3 more. Gotta love that. And now we're into the real offseason where we have to select the 40-man roster, offer arbitration, tender contracts, look at free agency, make trades. And we'll have to add Aiden Smith to the 40-man. We may have to take one of those left fielders off. Well, if we trade Palacios, that'll take care of one of those guys. And Cooper Ingle, he's a little bit older. If somebody wants to take him at 26. He's only 67 overall. That's fine. Nick Bitsko, 25 years old, see potential. Maybe we trade him instead because I don't really want to put him. We already have 10 pitchers on the 40-man roster. A quarter of our 40-man roster are pitchers. Almost half are pitchers if you count the starters, relievers, and closers. So maybe we make some moves with these pitchers we have. And need to go in and start looking at these guys. So let me get these renewables done. And I might offer Roger Guy a long-term one now and get that locked down. But let's get in, see which guys we want to extend beyond the renewable contracts. The other ones, we'll get them all renewed. And then we'll have to go into arbitration, figure that out, and set our 40-man and start looking at trades. And we need to clear a roster spot. So we're going to flip 2 starting pitchers, 27-year-old Hunter Barco, 25-year-old Nick Bitsko. So we don't have to put him on the 40-man roster. And we've got so many pitching prospects in our pipeline now. We're going to flip these 2 older guys to the A's, and we're going to get this 19-year-old A potential, 63 overall left-hander, Andrew Julio out of Texas. And that'll clear up a roster spot and get us a much younger A potential pitcher in the system. And we're going to try to offer a longer-term contract to Jackson Ferris rather than just renew him for 2 years. Offering 46.5 over 5, that's 9.3 per year. Much more manageable, and hopefully he'll grow into one of our top 3 pitchers and not cost us an arm and a leg. And we're also going to offer a longer-term deal to Roger Guy, 41.6 over 6 years, just shy of $7 million per. And he's definitely our closer going forward, and I want to pay him closer to what he's really worth and get him locked down for 6 more years. And also, we're going to offer a 5-year deal to Chandler Simpson, get him through arbitration, $35 million over 5 years for $7 million per season, and hopefully he'll do well, keep that contact up and the speed, and play a good center field for us. And for Kevin Alcantara to sign through his arbitration years, he wants probably north of $10 million a year for 3 years, and he's not even starting, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that. We'll probably just offer him arbitration and go 1 year at a time with him. And Alex Faedo, we're going to offer him a 2-year, $5 million contract, hopefully not go to arbitration, and get him locked down for 2 more seasons. And I went in and offered Alcantara, Caballero, and Faedo contracts. These 2 were offered arbitration. He's offered a contract. And we're going to move on from Palacios and Rodriguez. And I'm going to try and use them in a deal to help improve our bullpen. I need someone other than Kevin Kelly. And right now, Fairbanks isn't cutting it, and we may have to trade him off as well, but we're going to go out here and look and see what we can do, and when I have a trade, I will show you those trades. And I have a trade with the Guardians. We're going to ship Richie Palacios to the Guardians, and we're going to get back this 21-year-old C potential, 69 overall first baseman, and great contact, needs to work on his power and defense, and we'll probably just put his training strictly on power and try and get that pushed up into the 60s, and maybe he becomes a viable DH or bench bat down the road. And a clear spot for him, we're going to cut Austin Shenton. And we have our first big trade of the offseason. I really wanted to get Cade Smith, so we're going to flip them. Pete Fairbanks, Brooks Lee, and Dylan Lesko. He's just not progressing as well as I wanted. He's just getting hammered in the minor leagues, and we got a bunch of other guys down here that can take his place. And it's really hard to pass up on a relief pitcher with those ratings. So at 28 years old, we'll take Cade Smith and a prospect second baseman for Fairbanks, Lesko, and Brooks Lee. And I'm going to move Mason Montgomery from starting role to the pen. We need another left-handed pitcher, and he's already under contract. So why should I spend money on a free agent when we can just bring back Mason Montgomery, put him in the pen? Only drops to a 68 overall. I tanked his stamina down to 50 and pushed up his hits and strikeouts per nine up a touch because he's going to be pitching less innings, more control, should be able to throw harder. So Montgomery's going to go into our pen, and I'll probably start the season with Sam Johnson in the pen to replace Garrett Clevenger. So it gives us a bullpen of these guys: Cade Smith, Porter Hodge, Kevin Kelly, Sam Johnson, Alex Faedo, and Mason Montgomery. And don't have to go sign a big free agent. Officially moved Roger Guy to a closer role from a relief pitcher role. And now I got to look to get Shane and Taj signed to extensions. May have to wait until we get into the start of the season before I can offer those extensions. And waiting on Jackson Ferris to sign his extension. If not, then we'll just renew him for another year. But we're going to bring it back with our same 5-man rotation and work on the other guys down here in AAA and AA. And now let's take a look at all of the top free agents that are available. I don't think we're going to get into any of the bidding on these guys. Just want to show you who is a free agent this year. The number one guy is Logan Gilbert, looking for 6 years at $33 million per. William Contreras, catcher, 30 years old. If we didn't have Basallo, I might be interested in signing him, but we'll just let that go. He wants almost $18 million over 4 years. Pablo Lopez wants $30 million. Adley Rutschman doesn't have the power we're looking for. It's Bailey Ober, Dolo, Camilo Duvall, Griffin Jacks, Brayu, Bautista, Devin Williams, Duran, Edwin Diaz, closers, Jeff Hoffman. Mentioned Contreras, Rutschman, Cal Raleigh. Got the great power, not the great contact. He's 31. Christian Walker at first base, but he's regressing. Freeman is regressing badly. Reese Hoskins, not regressing too poorly, but 34, not interested. Bryson Stott, Luis Garcia, Ozzie Albies, Brendan Donovan, Ryan McMahon, Alex Bregman, Isaac Paredes, Jeremy Pena, Teoscar Hernandez. That's the power we're looking for, but he's already regressing. And we have plenty of outfielders at this point. And as I'm going through looking all these outfield, there's Brandon Marsh, I have made a decision that we are going to actually hang on to Jonathan Aranda, and he'll be backing us up at first and second. We're also going to hang on to Evan Carter. I was considering moving him, but he's got the 70 power. Let him continue to develop. He still has 2 more years of arbitration, so we have him for 3 seasons. And we also have Aranda for 3 seasons. So don't need to dump them right now. Let's let these guys get another year older. See, Willie is up to an 81 overall, Lou's an 87 overall, Junior's an 86, Carson Williams almost maxed out on defense. Figueroa's up to a 79, Pete Murray's a 78, Alcantara's a 79, Chandler's a 77. We also have Theo Gillen down here, a potential. Trey Morgan's an 83. Evan, if we can get him to get his both contact and power against lefties up and let him play every day, that would be awesome. Great discipline. So we're just going to run it back with our young guys. I don't need to spend a ton of money. We're going to sign a bunch of guys to extensions and try and keep our starting rotation because it is clearly dominant. Need to add at least 2 or 3 more guys onto the roster. Need a couple of minor league outfielders and maybe an extra lower level starting pitcher, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go through the arbitration, see if we can get somebody signed before they get to arbitration. We offered Cade Smith a contract and arbitration. Alcantara, we just offered arbitration. Caballero, arbitration. Faedo, we offered him a contract. And Rodriguez, I'm going to ship out, see if we can't get a 2-for-1 and trade him off for a couple of lower level prospects. And all these guys are offered renewable deals except for Guy, Ferris, and Simpson. We're offering them longer term deals. And we have plenty of money since we went to the World Series. We still have $78 million available. And since we got rid of Fairbanks' $8 million, we're going to have to pay Smith, and he wants close to 10 for 3 years. So we'll take on a little salary there, but that's what we're going to do. So let's advance today. We are still here, the first day of free agency. Been really busy making trades and cutting some older guys off the roster. But let's go forward here and see how many of these guys re-sign and see if I can't fill in those extra spots in the depth chart. And we're going to flip Manuel Rodriguez to the White Sox for this 23-year-old C potential right fielder, just to give us some more depth in the minor leagues. And after making that trade for Cade Smith, we did turn around and sign him to a 3-year, $31.8 million extension, avoiding arbitration. We also re-signed Roger Guy, 6 years, $41.6 million. Chandler Simpson, 5 years, $35 million. And Jackson Ferris, 5 years, $46.5 million. So we got all of our big arbitration guys signed, added some organizational depth there with PJ Black, Jordan Thompson, Chad Lorenz, and got Edgar Basabe for Manuel Rodriguez. So got a lot of contracts renewed and down to 34 on the 40-man roster. So might have to look to adding some guys. And we're still down waiting for Faedo to accept his deal, and Caballero and Alcantara are probably just going to take them to arbitration. And we only have 3 guys left to sign. So all of our signing in the offseason is close to being done. And we're not going to go after any big names. I made the trade that I wanted to make. Cade Smith, definitely wanted to get him for the bullpen. Gives us another weapon with Roger Guy. So Roger's going to be the closer. Cade be our excellent setup man, backup closer in case of an injury. That slides Porter Hodge down in the order. Kevin Kelly's going to be in that middle relief with Sam Johnson, Alex Faedo, and Mason Montgomery. And that's going to be our bullpen. And bring back all of our 5 starting pitchers. We'll have to spend some money on those 2 starting pitchers next year. And looking at the budget, we still have $78 million available. So we will have room to sign Boz and Bradley 2 extensions. So we should be able to keep our pitching rotation intact, improve that bullpen greatly, and just wait for our hitters to progress up and improve across the board. And Felix Bautista signs with the Mets. Adley Rutschman to the Rangers. Logan Gilbert goes to the Braves. Good, he's out of the entire league. Pablo Lopez to the Guardians, stays in the division. William Contreras to the Cubs, plays for his brother's former team. And Alex Faedo signs that 2-year, $5 million contract, so he avoids arbitration. And that leaves us with Kevin Alcantara and Jose Caballero, and we're just going to send them to arbitration on 1-year deals and see how that goes. Everybody else is signed. And Justin Steele goes to the Mets, 4 years, $120 million. And you can see a few other signings. Doval goes to the Diamondbacks. Ryan McMahon to the Diamondbacks. Jordan Hicks to the Brewers. Cal Raleigh goes to the Orioles, so they replace Rutschman with Cal Raleigh. And now it's draft lottery day. You can see we're picking 29, so we're not going to be involved in this at all. But the Rockies were the only team that lost 100 games. Cardinals and White Sox both 99, Blue Jays 98. So let's see how this draft lottery goes and see who gets the first overall pick. And the Rockies stay at 1, White Sox 2, Rangers go up 5, the Mets go up 11. My goodness, they won 85 games and they're going to pick 5th. So a huge jump for them. And we're picking 29th. And since Lou Garcia won the Rookie of the Year, we're going to get an extra pick. So somewhere 31, 32, 33 range, we're going to have an extra pick. So we're going to have 2 almost back-to-back at the end of the first round. And a couple more signings. The Yankees signed Edwin Diaz to replace Devin Williams, and Griffin Jacks goes to the Phillies. Wow, they're going to have Griffin Jacks and Orion Kirkering in their bullpen. Talk about a tough back end. And I'm going to sit here and watch this situation because Marcell Ozuna is 37. He's regressing, does have contact still in the 80s, power 87 against righties. I know he's regressing across the board, but that would be a huge bat that we could add maybe just to the bench. Maybe we decide to go ahead and play Figueroa in left with Murray and DH Ozuna. We got a lot of options. That might be something we do late. If he's still there at the end of spring training, if he's still there at the end of the offseason right before spring training, you might see me sign him to a 1-year deal. Teoscar Hernandez goes to the Orioles, so they replace Tyler O'Neill with Hernandez, 1 year, $24.8 million deal. Jeff Hoffman goes to the Brewers. Joe Musgrove goes back to the Padres. And Joe Ryan goes to the Mariners. So he's going to replace Logan Gilbert. And the Cardinals acquired Parker Messick and Juan Brito for Wilson Contreras. So they're retooling. Bailey Ober to the Phillies. He's going to replace Aaron Nola, who had to retire due to that labrum tear in the NLCS. Alex Bregman goes to the Colorado Rockies, 1 year, $13.5 million. And Clark Schmidt goes to the Angels. They need the pitching badly. Devin Williams goes to the Dodgers, 1 year, $15.8 million. And Reynaldo Lopez goes to the Mets for 3 years. John Duran goes to the Twins, 3 years, $38 million, so he stays there. And this is our arbitration date for Kevin Alcantara. And they side with us, and we get him for 1 year, $1.5 million. If I tried to sign him to an extension, he wanted $8 million, so I'll take him for 1.5. And we also ended up signing back Jose Caballero, but we offered $3.5 million, and they're going to pay him $7.4 million for a backup. So we may have to trade that away. We'll keep him in C, but 7.5 for a backup infielder. I don't know that we want to pay that much. He's lost any starting job we have with Lou and Carson Williams up the middle. So yeah, if we need to clear some salary, we know who to get rid of. And let's take a look at some of the guys that are out here on the last day of free agency. Big name here, Zach Wheeler, pitched in the World Series, went 10-12 last year, and he is not back with the Phillies. Severino, Jeffrey Springs, Luke Weaver, Josh Bell and Wilmer Flores, Jared Triolo, Lennon Sosa. Arenado's a free agent. Javi Baez, Profar, Benintendi, Yoshida, Verdugo, Harrison Bader, Siri, Hunter Renfroe. A lot of big names. And it looks like Ozuna did sign somewhere. Yep, the White Sox signed Marcell Ozuna. So they snagged him before we could get him. That's okay. I'm sure we could trade for him if we really need to. And $11.25 million isn't that much. Hell, if I had to, I'd trade him Caballero for him, but probably wouldn't cost us much more than a lower level prospect to get him if we needed him. And I don't see anybody else of note that we were interested in. So that's it. So everybody is signed. This is our rotation going into next year. The two Shanes at the top, McClanahan and Boz, Taj Bradley, Ryan Pepio, and Jackson Ferris. They have Clausen. Ryan Zepeda is only 19 years old. Pitched great in the minors last year. Trevor Harrison, he's going to go up to AAA this year. Drafted this Javier Mosquera. We're going to start him in AA. Baumeister will be in AAA. And the rest of these guys will just get in here and develop. Traded for this guy. Our bullpen, huge addition. Cade Smith swapping out Fairbanks for Cade. It's going to make a huge difference. Porter Hodge slides down more into middle relief. Kevin Kelly. Sam Johnson will be a rookie left-handed pitcher. Pitching clutch and control are low, but the strikeouts and walks are pretty good. So we'll just see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, we can always trade for another lefty during the year. Faedo will be in the pen. Mason Montgomery will be in the pen. And a bunch of guys down here. We got a lot of guys down here with A potential, B potential that are developing. Closer, Roger Guy, with Sam and Freddie backing him up. And Basalo will be our starting catcher. And we're going to go into spring training. This is going to be one position battle right here. Keegan and Piper. Keegan, better contact, about the same defense. And need a little bit more production out of the backup catcher spot. Willie be starting at first. Aranda be backing up first and second. Lou's our guy at second base. Caminero is our guy at third base. Carson Williams be at short. Caballero backing all of them up. And this Fisher Delgadio, he's 20 years old. Look at that, 95 contacts, 74 against lefties, 95 against righties. Play third, left, and right. And if he's tearing up in the minors, I won't be opposed to bringing him up and having him serve as a backup player that'll cover us at third base and in the corner outfield spots. It's really hard to pass up that 95 contact. I'm interested to see how he does in the minor leagues. And he has a quirk, so he excels at hitting breaking balls. That's good. Got Figueroa and Pete in left, Alcantara and Chandler and Simpson in center, and Trey Morgan and Evan Carter in right. So we'll have 3 starters, 2 backups, and a DH. And yeah, we are still a very young team. And I played through spring training on my own and did quite a few sims as well. And we ended up 19-9. Show you the stats real quick. Andres Figueroa finished hitting .348 in the spring with 3 home runs, 10 RBI, 7 steals. Willie Sanchez hit 7 home runs. Caminero, .293. Carson Williams, 6 home runs, but hit .220. It's about as normal. Chandler, rough spring training. Vassallo, 6 home runs, but hit .220. Lou had a rough spring. Rhonda hit okay. And yeah, that rounds that out. Pitching side, Shane Baz, .281 ERA, 128 whip. Clanahan, a little bit high ERA. I think he gave up 7 runs in one game, so that elevated his ERA. And Ferris and Pepio and Taj did well. Baumeister pitching in relief. Strikeout per inning, but a lot of walks, and he's not ready. And Klassen, 8 strikeouts in 14 innings, 7 walks, not a good ratio. Bullpen side, Faedo pitched great. Hodge pitched great. Sam Johnson, our rookie lefty, pitched okay. Mason Montgomery was off the charts. He will definitely be in our bullpen to start the season. Cade Smith, our big free agent. Cade Smith, our big offseason acquisition, 10 innings pitched, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Gave up 8 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Yeah, so great spring for him. Slide him in. He'll be our main setup guy, backup closer. Kevin Kelly pitched great again. And Roger Guy, .293 ERA, 14 strikeouts, 12 innings, 11 saves in the spring. And we had the best record in the grapefruit. And you can see we have several guys that are arbitration eligible that we might be interested in signing to longer term deals. And at the top here, Taj Bradley. Looks like we should be able to sign him for 5 years at 27.2, which is actually more than Shane McClanahan, but that should get the deal done if we want to do that. Shane Baz, we could probably get him signed 3 years, 22.8 per year. And that would secure our entire rotation. Evan Carter, if we wanted to bring him back through his arbitration years, it would be 2 years at 13.2. It would be our highest priced position player above Lou and above Junior. If we wanted to go more years, then all of a sudden it's going to cost us more. Like for a 4-year contract, all of a sudden we're looking close to $16.5 million to bring him back, and I don't think he's produced enough to justify that yet. We can also just offer him arbitration. He has 2 years of arbitration before he becomes a free agent, so we can always just go 1-year deal the next 2 years and trade him off if we don't want to sign him long term. Kevin Alcantara, we could sign him 2 years at 10.4 per year. And if we wanted to go 4 years, then it would cost us almost 15 mil per. Again, he is not an everyday player, so I don't think we're going to sign that offer. And the same thing, he has 2 years of arbitration, just like Carter, so we could bring both those guys back. And then 2030, we could always trade them both at the deadline if we're not going to bring him back. Kevin Kelly be much more affordable at 3 years, $11 million per. And that's where we stand with these guys. We want to sign them now and extend them out. That's what it's going to cost. I'm going to think about it. You may see a notification in the opening day episode that we have re-signed these 2 guys here to secure our pitching staff. And Carter and Alcantara will probably just take them to arbitration and deal with it there. And a good chance I'll extend Kevin Kelly and get him for 3 more years, secure all that good pitching. And we need to clear a roster spot on a major league level. Jonathan Aranda is not going to fit in our plans. We have enough guys that can play first with Willie Sanchez, Trey Morgan, and Andres Figueroa. So Aranda is going to go along with an 18-year-old B potential 54 overall Al Stanley to the Twins for Luke Keeschel, who is buried on their depth chart way down here. They just drafted this guy, so he's not in the long-term plans. And we'll definitely take this as our backup second, third, and also center field. And before we jump into our opening day action, I wanted to show you what we did with some extensions. We did re-sign Taj Bradley, 5 years, $143 million. Shane Baz, 3 years, $85 million. Kevin Kelly, 3 years, $13 million. Sent down George Klassen. I was going to have him as a long reliever, but we're going to burn his last option, and he's going down to AAA to start. We released Austin Vernon, sent Javier Mascara down to Double-A, and we signed Luke Weaver to a 2-year, $11 million contract. Guy's had some incredible seasons in the bullpen for multiple teams, but look at these stats. 327, 329, 291, 289. Guy's just been unreal, and I'm not going to pass that up. Sitting out there as a free agent only costs us money, improves our bullpen, and that's going to move Faedo to a long relief role. And we'll go in here real quick. Pitching rotation: Faedo, long relief; Hodge, Weaver, Johnson, and Mason Montgomery in middle; Cade Smith, Kevin Kelly setup; Roger Guy closing. So our bullpen is significantly better than it was last year. And so next time you will see us, we'll be in season 4. And look over there underneath the Tampa Bay logo. We are top 10 in every single category. There is no other team in the majors that has all of those in the top 10 at the same time. Really surprised by the power, but I think that's the amount of plus that we're getting from our coaches is being factored into that. I'm excited about this next season. Hopefully we can run it back, get another division title, get into the playoffs, and make it all the way back to the World Series and win this time. And hope you like all the additions, subtractions, roster changes we made. It wasn't a ton, but it's not like we need to go out and sign a huge free agent contract. I'd rather spend the money on the pitching since our hitters are so cheap at the moment. Love this young team. We're still going to be the youngest team in the division, and I will play more games this season. I'm not going to play them all. I thought about that. I'm like, no, it takes too much time. So we'll still have some CPU versus CPU games, but we'll have a lot more critical situations and me getting in, playing some games. Maybe I'll sim to a certain point and then hop in and play from there behind the scenes. So we'll just hop into the middle of games. Hopefully we'll have some more success this year and we can get some more power, get some more offense going, generate more runs, take some pressure off our pitching staff. That's going to be it for our off-season episode, and I hope you guys enjoy the franchise so far. If you do, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit the notification bell so you know when that opening day episode goes live. And I'll see you very soon with the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise.